Hello everyone, I'm RecB5.
And I am Sandman99.
And welcome back to Hot Shots Golf Out of Bounds.
Yeah. And I was watching you trying to warm up today, and it appears that you're having a little bit of trouble.
Oh, that was the good warm-up. The bad warm-up was I shot even par.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the good warm-up. So, I don't know, man. If my putting doesn't improve today, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Not win tournaments?
Yeah, not win tournaments. So we've got rainy weather, which I'm already terrible in, so I don't know, maybe I'll use Kate here. I don't have to deal with the rainy weather so much. Well, I still have to deal with it, but, you know.
But she's better in the rain?
Well, she's not disadvantaged in the rain.
Oh.
So, the thing about Dino, and it's not the small impact zone I can't hit. It's the wildly off power percentages I don't want to deal with. So, because they're already going to be somewhat off because it's raining.
Yeah.
Every hole. I just don't want to deal with really even worse power percentages.
Good shot.
It appears to be snowing.
Yep. Well, I mean, you know, it's raining. Technically, snow is rain.
I guess, eh?
For the functions of gameplay mechanics, yes.
I know I don't feel any colder.
Ah. I don't know, the rain can be pretty fucking cold sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not gonna have enough distance there anyways. Ah.
Well, at least you made it on.
Could be a birdie.
Maybe I would have been better off missing.
Yeah, because then you could have chipped in, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Nice. Do it.
Ah.
Nice par.
It's not good enough.
It's definitely not good enough.
Well, you'll have to get a hole in one here to make up for that.
Ah! Not gonna happen.
Have you ever gotten a hole in one in this game?
Yes. I have. I've gotten a hole in run in every game that I've played. It just takes long enough. And some of these games, like the later games, it's harder to do than in the earlier games because they tend to be a bit slopier, like with all these raised greens.
Yeah.
They actually might be trying to prevent hole-in-ones. That might be part of why they integrate a lot of these raised green designs into the game. It's actually pretty hard to get a chip in of any kind in a raised green. It's hard to even hit the green.
Nice par.
Oh, well, at least we're only 26th.
Well, you're technically tied for third, right?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Glass half full it.
Sure. I'm a glass half full kind of guy, though.
Man, and I'm a glass completely empty kind of guy. In spite of how good I am at these games.
Yep. Well, one thing about being a pessimist, it means you're never disappointed.
That's right.
But as for me, I think it's better to go through life with a smile than a frown.
You know, you could make a song about that, huh?
I think somebody did already. and then sometime after that, he committed suicide.
Oh man, well,
Remember,
there you go.
Don't worry, be happy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, at least that's what the urban legend goes. Anyway, is that guy killed himself.
Oh,
Great
fuck.
birdie chance. I think it's uphill.
But I honestly don't know. I don't remember, who it was even that did that song.
I don't know either. I don't have the slightest clue.
Or whether he actually did do that, or whether it was like just like an urban legend kind of thing, right?
Who knows?
Because it's ironic enough that it could be just bullshit too, right?
I mean, to be fair, a lot of the things that people say are bullshit anyways.
Yeah.
It's hard to find anybody who's actually talking something that they know about.
Good shot.
Well, everybody knows something about something, right?
Or at least thinks they know something about something.
But they do have a tendency to talk about things that they don't know anything about.
Yeah, just because it's interesting for conversation. It's another thing to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Nice
Ooh,
shot.
barely made it over the rocks that time.
Yeah.
Got a bit too much of that.
Yep.
At least I'm not in the bush. Would have been bad if I was in the bush.
Oh well, you still have a chance for a chip-in eagle here.
Oh no, we're not going to get a chip in. Do you see how raised this bunker is?
Yeah.
There'll be no chip in today. I think I actually have to use a sand wedge out of this.
Wow, look at that. You almost got it in.
Nicely on. Great birdie chance. Can you do it? Do it. Nice birdie.
That's one way to look at it.
You even got backspin on the chip.
Yeah, I don't know how I got that. Don't even ask me, right? Like, I never get backspin in most of the situations that I want it in this game.
Gonna aim at the mountain?
No, I'm just looking to see if there's an alternative place to aim this at all, and it doesn't look like there is. I have to hit it out here.
Yeah, it does not look like there is.
Yes, get in.
Oh my. You're gonna have to hit that just about straight up.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
That's why I took the power shot pitching wedge. Ah, but too much
A
power.
little bit too much, yep.
I was hoping I'd lose a bunch of it from the rain, but I guess not. I don't know, I'm just crappy in the rain. It's just a thing. Everything goes south in the rain, man. Everything goes south in the rain. And the funny thing is, I love the rain in real life. I love the rain. I hate it in Hot Shots Golf, man. I'm just crap in the rain.
This is the Lightning Cup.
Yep. Yeah, because it's raining, right?
Yeah, I know, but it's snowing.
Well, it's raining.
I have never seen lightning during a snowstorm, ever.
Hey, it's raining, okay? It's fine. Don't think about it too hard.
I have heard of cases of people being struck by lightning while they're out on a golf course, though.
Well, yeah, you've got a nice lightning rod in your hands there.
Yeah, while you're standing out there, and if you happen to be in the middle of the fairway, you happen to be the tallest thing within, you know, like a fairly long ways sometimes, right?
Yeah, lightning strike will leave nasty scars on you, too, if you don't die.
Yeah, well, quite frequently it kills people, right?
Great.
I think actually there was a lady killed by lightning on the golf course right here in our city a number of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Well, if it doesn't kill you, it'll leave all kinds of nasty scarring on you.
Yeah.
Lightning-shaped scarring.
Well, back in the good old days when I was a kid, I saw a late-night talk show one time. And when I say kid, I mean I was a teenager at the time, so I was still, you know, starting to stay up late at night and the weekends and watching late-night TV and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And they were interviewing this park ranger. It was, of course, an American show, right? I don't even remember what show it was now. Might have even been Johnny Carson or something.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
but they were interviewing this guy because supposedly he had been struck by lightning on multiple different occasions,
Yep.
right? This park ranger. And you know, he was like showing off one of his park ranger Stetsons that had a big burn hole in the middle of the crown and, you know, stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And but apparently he looked okay. He didn't look like he was like fucked up or anything.
Well, it's usually like where, like underneath your clothing and stuff, where that kind of thing happens. You can see pictures of it online where people got like all kinds of scars where the lightning traveled through their body.
Yeah.
You can kind of see the path it took.
Yeah, well, he didn't seem to be physically disabled or anything either,
No,
right?
no.
So,
No, I don't think it does that, other than the fact that it might make you combust. Like that could disable you.
Yeah, well, that might permanently relocate you anyway, right?
And, you know, obviously the random muscle contractions from getting jolted like that could cause fractures.
Well, also could maybe make your heart stop too, right?
Yeah, that too.
I mean, you know, like our entire nervous system is run on electrical impulses, right? And if you get a massive overload like that, I could see some of your autonomous systems just not working anymore, right?
Oh, they go off and on again.
Yeah.
Off and on again.
Nice birdie.
The new intellectual discussion of Hotshots Golf is getting struck by lightning.
Yeah, well, like I said, this was a very long time ago, and I don't even remember,
Let's get in.
you know, like all the specifics of it. All I remember was this guy. And at the time, he was an older gentleman, too. Like, he wasn't a senior citizen or anything, but he looked like he was mature, like in his 50s or 60s, right?
Yep.
And, yeah, and that's what I specifically remember was, you know, he said he was walking along one day and all of a sudden, and then he pulls out this Stetson and it's got a big charred hole in the middle of the crown, right?
Yep. Wow, I couldn't even sandwich out of that.
Wow. Well,
Guess we're doing it this way.
That's great.
yeah, well, you did it that way.
That's great.
Really?
Nice
La la la
birdie.
la! Ta-da!
At least I feel like I'm playing better than I was in my practice rounds. Wow, did I play horrible in my practice rounds.
Yeah, so far, things seem to be going a little better for you.
I think I'm just going to be grateful if I win these tournaments today.
Nice.
I just couldn't believe how bad I was playing.
Well, everybody has an off day like that every now and then.
Yep, although this is like got to be the worst off day that I've like had, I don't even know how long. I feel like all my worst golf rounds have been for the channel.
Huh.
I'm just lowering the bar for myself. Oh, no backspin.
Great birdie chance. Slopes down.
What do you mean you can't backspin a 5-iron, Kate? Why not?
Ooh.
Nice birdie.
Just slamming those in, hey?
Yeah, I don't like the rain, and I have a tendency to hit everything hard in the rain, and sometimes I hit things way too hard because of that. Because I don't like leaving things short because of the rain.
You want to put it over there, pal?
That's gonna go in that bunker. Oh, no, it might be short of the bunker.
It's going to be short of the bunker.
Wow, that was really short, actually. This must be a really uphill fairway.
Don't get overexcited.
I hit that too hard.
Nice shot.
Or maybe just the right amount, given that it's raining.
Great birdie chance. It goes downhill. Slopes right.
Wow.
Dagnabbit.
Rain, man.
Yeah.
That's par.
It's all the rain. Because greens are slower in the rain too, but they still don't behave. They don't behave how you expect them to. I guess I'd say.
Oh, yes, get in.
On the green. Oh yeah, I see.
Great birdie chance. Slopes right.
Is that actually a great birdie chance? Oh.
Kind of, I guess. I should have hit it a little harder.
That's par.
It's not good enough.
That's kind of the story of life in the rain, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine it screws with all of your distances and...
Yeah. It screws with the feel of the whole game.
Perfect.
Wow, what a shot!
Normally, if you do that, you overdrive the fairway and you roll into the rough at the end.
Don't get overexcited.
Oh, I shanked that.
Oh, wow.
A rare one.
Well, you hit that tree and...
In the water.
In the water, and wow.
Again.
Disaster strikes.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll just hit that shot again.
Only properly this time?
Well, not really properly. I think that's also in the drink. Oh, no,
no,
we're
you
good.
made it to the green that time.
On the green.
Too bad. That would have been a eagle
Concentrate.
chance.
Oh, that's okay. You take risks, and sometimes they work out, and sometimes they don't.
Yes, that's good.
Oh, well, slam in that long putt for a par. After
Right.
putting a ball in the water.
Well, you just gotta not be afraid of these things. I mean, how many rounds have I played without shanking a shot, right?
Yeah, that's the first time I remember you doing it with this particular shot system, actually.
It's a lot easier to not shank the ball with this shot system because the impact zone is technically twice as large. Because you get, even though it's a tiny little pink zone, you get a chance to hit it early and then a chance to hit it late, which is basically like having a C. Yeah, probably about a C for an impact zone with the traditional system. Which is why I actually use this system.
Nice shot.
Yeah, I'm close.
Great birdie chance. Slopes up.
Look at the speed on some of these, though, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It seems like when you hit those, they're really going fast, right?
Because they really are going fast, and I'm probably overhitting a whole bunch of them. Not that it's actually going to stop me from doing what I'm doing. You know, I'm still going to be hitting them way too hard anyways.
So you're just going to play a totally different fairway here, eh?
Yep. I'm going to play the fairway that I always play. 70, 80... There. You can even see where I landed last time. Apparently I played this before.
Nice shot. Stop.
Good.
At least the ball stops quick in the rain.
Could be a birdie. I think it's uphill. Slopes
You
right.
think so, huh? No, I don't think it's uphill. No, it's definitely uphill.
Well, now that one you didn't quite hit.
Yeah, well, again, rain.
Slopes up. Nice par.
I guess I hit the cup.
Good enough.
It's just the rain, man. It's just how rain is.
Perfect.
Oh, getting the super backspin will help us carry up this hill.
Good luck.
Nice and slow.
See, normally I would just hit this full power with super backspin and that would be good, but because we have that tailwind, I think I have to club up.
Oh. You have to club up for the tailwind?
Yeah, and then probably hit normal backspin and try to land it near the front.
Nice shot.
On the green.
Kind of
Okay.
like that, although I was hoping to get a little closer.
Great birdie chance.
But I guess this is still passable.
It wasn't a terrible result.
Sunk it.
It's a
La la
birdie.
la. Ta-da! Good luck. Good luck.
Probably hit that too hard.
You hit that too hard.
Just a little.
Oh.
I don't know about this.
Oh well.
Yeah, we'll just get a chip in.
Really?
Yeah, don't think of it as missing the green. Just think of it as a chip-in birdie chance.
I don't know how I get these chip-ins, man. Like, sometimes I'm not even trying and it just happens.
No, that's just like when we were playing hockey, right? And it wasn't that we, you were taking penalties and playing shorthanded. It's just that we were taking advantage of yet another shorthanded scoring opportunity.
Yeah, there you go.
Good luck.
Is anybody even still making NHL hockey game?
EA.
Do they?
Yeah, and it still sucks.
That's funny because we never ever hear about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just not popular in the sports gaming thing. Football's way bigger.
Yeah.
This is difficult.
Hockey sucks, and people who are hockey fans gave up a long time ago.
I don't know. I think that of all the
Great birdie
NHL
chance.
hockey games that I have ever played, basically the only one I considered to be playable was NHL 97.
I don't know. I liked NHL 98 on the Sega Genesis. I think that was the best version.
Well, I didn't have that one, but I had NHL 97 on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, they're based on the same engine.
And basically that was the last game that I played where goalies could actually stop shots.
Choose whichever
Right.
you want.
So basically,
No.
they're based on the same engine, and the Super Nintendo game is actually a port of the Sega Genesis game, I think.
Nice.
Because the guy who did the original programming, he'd do it on the Sega Genesis first, and then port it over to the Super Nintendo.
Okay, well that would explain the similarity then.
NHL 98 on the Sega Genesis has absolutely ridiculous, perfect, like, wood board goaltending. While NHL 97 on the Super Nintendo, it isn't that the goaltending is good, it's that the shot power is reduced significantly from any other version of the game.
But the thing is, though, having played, like I played NHL 97 a lot, that was actually my favorite game for a while.
Yeah.
And you could take control of your goalie, and your goalie could actually skate fast enough that on cross-ice passes and that kind of thing, you'd actually be able to move from one side of the net to the other.
Yeah.
Like to follow these cross-ice passes. So, in later games, one-timer goals became more and more common just because
We play golf.
the goaltenders, even if you tried to control them
couldn't
yourself, they couldn't move fast enough to keep up with a cross-ice pass, right? And whereas in NHL 97, maybe the graphics weren't as fancy and all that kind of stuff, but at least you could move across and stop one-timer shots and that kind of thing if you were. I mean, you had to practice at it, but
The one deficiency I found for the Super Nintendo games was that in all of the Super Nintendo games, although it's difficult to score by shooting,
Nice one.
if you just skate your guy directly into the goalie at top speed
Yeah.
and you have a relatively fast skater,
Yeah,
You can score that
you'd
way.
crash into the goalie, and the puck would be knocked off your stick, and it would trickle into the
That's
net.
right. Yeah.
Well, every game like that has an exploit, though, right?
But NHL 98 for the Sega Genesis doesn't have that.
Yeah. Actually, though, there was another one. It was by 2K Sports,
Yeah.
an NHL hockey game, where goaltending was actually still a factor. Like
NHL Face Off.
Yeah, NHL Face Off. And I had that. I still have that one around here somewhere.
Although there's a trick to that too. You get somebody with high shot power, and what you do is you skate sideways into the very top of the slot near the blue line and take a max power slap shot repeatedly. And if you do that over and over again, then you'll score goals.
What I found with that one, the best way to score was to like goalies would tend to give up rebounds.
Yep.
And so you'd have to, like, the goalie would almost always stop the first shot. But then if you could get to the rebound before a defensive player did, you had a very good chance of being able to score because the goalie wasn't able to recover yet from stopping the first shot.
Well, that's why you would do those big ass slap shots from the blue line.
Yeah. Yeah, but what can I say? I mean, every hockey game I have ever played has some sort of exploit like that because they just didn't seem to be able to program something like that in, right? And I mean, you look at how well goalies play in real life these days. I mean, they're fantastic athletes. They're not civs like in a lot of the
Hockey games?
computer hockey games that you play,
Like
right?
all of them in general?
Yeah. Like they are. They're fantastic athletes. They can drop down to the ice with their pads spread like horizontally to cover the entire bottom of the net, and then they can leap back up to their feet,
Chance for an eagle.
in an instant,
Give it weight.
right?
Rolls right. Are ready? Nice eagle.
Well, we're making up for some poor play on the easiest course in the game where all the greens are flat.
Uh-huh.
But probably everybody else is gonna do really
Yeah,
well.
I saw
here,
that
too.
there's a whole bunch of people at -4 there or something.
That's right. Probably everybody's gonna do really good on this course just because this course is really easy.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know all the logistics involved in actually creating a computer hockey game or a console hockey game or whatever. But it just seems to me like goaltending has always been
Good.
a big issue with those games.
Yep, more or less.
And I mean, the way we solved it in NHL 2001 is we played co-op, and one of us was always parked in our own slot, and the job was to knock down any opposing player that skated in front of the net,
That's right.
regardless of whether they had the puck or not.
Yep.
That area between the face-off circles in front of the crease was a no-go zone.
That's because if the AI got there at all, they would score.
Yep, that's right. If they got a shot on goal from the slot, it was like 3/4 of the time it would go in. So you basically just had to not let them get shots on goal from there. And if they're laying on the ice, they can't receive the one-timer passes and that kind of thing.
Although sometimes they'll try to pass it to the guy who's supposed to receive the one-timer, and he's laying on the ice,
Yeah.
and then the puck goes past him and towards the goalie, and the goalie starts flipping his stick around and lets
Yeah.
it slide between his pads anyways.
Yeah, well,
You have an invalid on the ice. You don't have a goalie, you have an invalid.
yeah. Goaltending in NHL 2001 was probably the worst that I ever saw, right? And I can't speak for some of the later games because I didn't play anymore after that.
Yeah, it never really
Pretty
got
much.
better. Those games were always shit.
Yeah. Oh.
Those games are always shit, and they always will be shit. They're still shit. Except now you can't body check anybody anymore.
Oh.
But the goaltending is still shit. And
I
you
don't
see,
know.
you even see some weird things happen sometimes with puck physics where it goes through players.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's all kinds of problems.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that in NHL 2001, the thing that made that game fun and saved it was the big hit button. For
Yeah,
sure.
basically. It also made having a low-scoring game possible.
Yeah. Yeah, the big hit button and you know, like the fighting and stuff like that. That's what made that game fun.
Rose left.
Oh, I didn't play that enough.
But then I think that was before the days when you know, a lot of these sports titles now they've completely disappeared down that you know, finger quotes simulation rabbit hole, right?
Except they're not even close to a simulation. They just claim to be a simulation.
No, they just take away all the fun stuff that made it feel a little more like an arcade.
Tolerable?
Like that made it feel a little more like an arcade game.
I mean, I wouldn't even say that they took away the stuff that made it feel like an arcade game. It just feels like an arcade game, but a crappy arcade game now. Instead of a half-decent arcade game that had some fun stuff in it.
Nice one. Good.
Yep. Well, you know what? Guess I should have gone out and gotten Mutant League Hockey when it was out.
Ah!
Maybe a birdie.
Ah, you could probably still find it online if you really cared.
Yeah.
Good birdie.
This is just the beginning.
And people wonder why people still play old games. I mean, you know what? I played a game from like 1996 on the channel here. Right? That Diablo 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's still one of my favorite games. And it always will be.
Nice shot. Good.
Well, you know what? For myself, just about the only game I ever play is Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And a little bit, sometimes I'll go on a Skyrim SE kick for a little while too, right? Although I haven't for a while. I'm not even sure if the damn game would load again or if they managed to break it again somehow with another update or something.
I'm pretty sure we have backups of all that stuff. We always make sure to make like little zip file backups of everything.
Yeah,
because they're always overwriting your files with automatic Steam updates and whatever the fuck else they can fuck your game up with, so...
Yeah, because I remember the last time that I decided I wanted to play Skyrim, we had to jump through a bunch of hoops to make it work again because it had been a few months since I'd played, and when
there was a game update.
There was a game update that apparently that happened while I was away, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very much of the opinion that updates just break things. Even as someone, I am someone who works in the software industry. All right, I am someone who writes software for a living, and I'm going to tell you that most software updates just break things. All right?
Yeah, well, I worked in an industry where we had...
one chance to get it right.
No, where we had professional controls people because a lot of plant processes and stuff like that were controlled by computers, like in...
Yep.
You know, like the software, like the basically phase logic control, right?
Yep.
PLC computers. And these professional programmers would be the ones who wrote and maintained the program that told, you know, like this switch when to switch on or off, or that pump when to start, or how fast that pump should turn, and that kind of thing, right? Level measurements in tanks and that kind of stuff. And you know, like there's an expression that we had that's basically said there's no such thing as a one-line change, right?
That's right.
Because what would happen lots of times is these guys would go in there to make a change in the program because we added a piece of equipment or something like that, and then it would fuck up something else somewhere else, right?
Yep.
And then they'd have to, you know, do a whole bunch of troubleshooting and backtracking to figure out, you know, what went wrong somewhere else as a result of the one change that they made, right?
Yep.
But that was part of being a controls person in, you know...
Oh, come on. Oh, man.
In you know, like industrial plant environments, right?
I mean, that's kind of software in general. Software is like horrible, and especially these days, it is not made to... Part of the reason why they have you update so often is because they can't actually make something that will work for any decent length of time, or it's probably already broken by the time they release it to you because they never actually finished making it properly.
Uh-huh.
And so...
Yeah, the customer is the beta tester.
That's right. The customer
Yeah.
is the beta tester. Right? And that is basically everywhere in industry. You won't find a place where it isn't.
Nice shot.
And, you know, for some products, like video games, it really doesn't matter if the customer is the beta tester, because at one point, like, you could just release a game and it would be finished, and that was the game, and it didn't matter if it was buggy or not, right? As long as the game was fun and the game was good. I didn't play that enough.
Oh.
Right? But, like, there are lots of, an example of a game that would be very buggy on its release would be Final Fantasy VI, which was for the Super Nintendo. Right, we would know it in North America as Final Fantasy III.
Oh, okay.
But it was extremely buggy and broken in so many ways. I totally recommend that everybody go and look that up. But part of what made that game fun was how broken it was. Because it wasn't broken in any way that you would typically, like, soft lock yourself or anything. Although I think there were a few ways where you could soft lock yourself. But it was more broken in, like, oh my god, I can actually do this kind of thing, right? And, like, total undefined behavior through things like memory corruption and things like that. All the bugs that the software programmer wouldn't pick up on and didn't fix.
Yeah, but back in those days, there was no patching things to fix them or anything
Well,
like
they
that.
would release cartridge revisions, but obviously that doesn't help you if you have a bugged version of the game.
Yeah.
But
Because then you'd have to go out and buy another cartridge, right?
that's right. Although maybe there might have been a program at some point where Nintendo would replace your cartridge if there was a severe enough bug. If you knew that they were offering such a program, mind you. You might not even know that they're offering such a program.
Yeah, I don't remember ever hearing such a thing.
I think they offered it for a few games, but not a whole bunch.
I don't know. What I found for the most part is that up until even the PlayStation 2 days, most of the games that I ever bought and played just worked properly.
Yeah, well, you didn't
Right.
have, at the very least, even if you had bugs, and even if you had severe bugs, they weren't bugs that affected the core gameplay loop. So you didn't have any Skyrim dragons flying backwards, or broken main quests, or things like that. Although,
Yeah,
sometimes you did have broken main quests.
Or
I mean,
you look at that flower in the corner of the yard behind the companion's hall, and the game crashes or something like that, right?
well, like,
wasn't that what your buddy did?
Yeah. There was this one corner.
Jorvasker, there was one corner with a red mountain flower growing in it, and every time he went and looked at that red mountain flower, the game would crash.
Well, it's not that his game would crash, it's that his frame rate would drop to like 5 frames a second, but only in that corner.
Yeah.
And what we basically came to the conclusion was there was something wrong with the geometry of that corner.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe other people have experienced that too, but we basically figured that there's something wrong with the geometry of that corner, and it causes some kind of really bad lag. But no, I mean, I guess, like, for example, I think Daggerfall, which was another Bethesda game, by the way, and was released for MS-DOS, it had a broken main quest on release, I'm pretty sure. So it's not like games weren't so severely broken back then, it's just the expectation was that they were not going to be severely broken, and games that tended to be broken also tended to be nigh unplayable anyways. It was rare that you got a game that was severely broken and playable and worth playing.
Yeah.
But, you know... But these days, too, even if something's not broken, they'll release a whole bunch of patches in order to even just change the game balance of the thing, right? Like,
Yeah. Well,
you
like
know,
Cyberpunk.
like Cyberpunk,
where they
right?
completely reworked the perk system.
That's right. Or any competitive RTS that you ever play, or RTS that has any kind of competitive thing to it, or any fighting game now. They can't release a fighting game without trying to overbalance the thing to shit. And I mean, I'm not, like, I used to be a competitive fighting game player. I understand why there's a need to have balanced patches, but you should have most of that figured out by now, especially in the modern era, by the time you release the game. Like, come on now. You have, like, 40 years of research at kind of what makes a balanced fighting game now, and there hasn't really been that much progress in that genre in about 40 years. So you'd think you'd know how to actually do things by now, but you don't. They never do. And the same's true of the RTS genre and all these other genres.
This is just the beginning.
Or then something will work the same way for like 10 years, and then they'll patch it and change it. Because somebody on the dev team didn't like it. And then it might have even been something that the entire community liked, but somebody on the dev team didn't like it, so they got to patch it and change it. And then there's the whole idea of, well, maybe we're actually patching your game so that we can force you to buy new stuff, too, right?
Yeah.
I know you and I are having a discussion about that
you know
somewhat
what?
recently.
I think that particularly when it comes to the recent Fallout 4, in the last couple of years, the Fallout 4 updates that they released. I mean, I don't understand why they can't release an update that would add new capability, but why they can't also make it backward compatible with, you know, like previous things that you already have for mods and that kind of thing.
The big
right?
thing is breaking the script extender.
Yeah, why do you have to get an updated script extender every time they release an update of the game?
Well, part of that is going to be they recompile the DLL files, the library files for the game all the time, and it's going to change all of the memory offsets for all the hook points of the functions that they have to load in order to actually let the script extender do what it does. And the thing about the script extender, so it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, because this problem is the symbols that the script extender wants to hook aren't public in the binary. So they actually have to figure out where those offsets are in the binary and then load them from there, which means that they have to do like this sort of like error-prone like test and seek kind of thing, where they do it like a separate sort of set of offsets for every single version of the game, and they have to maintain a list of that. So no matter how infrequent the updates are, they're always going to be one version number behind.
Yeah. Well, the thing is too is that you know, it makes me wonder why they're doing some of these game updates that nobody really asked for.
Yeah, nobody asked for them.
Because, you know, like apparently this one that's upcoming in within the next few days is going to be, you know, to give better high-res graphics and, you know, that kind of stuff.
But there
and
are
it's
mods for that.
I'm already running like 3 mods that
You've already got
improve-
4K graphics.
Yeah, that give me 4K graphics in my game, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a bit of a joke.
And I've had those mods for the better part of 10 years.
Yeah.
Nice one.
So why do I want this update when I've already got basically the equivalent of that anyway?
Yeah.
And it seems like mostly it's aimed at console players anyway, because I know that on console, like on the PlayStation 4, for example, I think I was limited to 2 gigs of hard drive space.
Yeah.
For Fallout 4, which
And
means
now you'll
that,
be limited to 100.
Yeah, now they're raising that cap to 100 gigs, I guess, which
That's how competitive the AI is on the easiest course with the regular Ts.
yeah. Yeah, they actually had double-digit negative numbers. You had to actually play a good round to win this one.
Yep. Well, except for my perfect impact percentage being absolutely dog shit.
But I still personally think that a lot of these unnecessary and unasked for updates are their attempt to make life difficult for people who are running modded games, so that they will go to their Creation Club store and buy their paid mods instead, right?
Well, either that, or you also got to realize that a lot of computer programmers don't really know what they're doing to begin with, and when somebody sees something that's a problem in the game's code and they make a change and they recompile the game in order for them to, like, you know, be like, hey, yeah, I did something productive for the company today. They don't necessarily have a concept of what the far-reaching ramifications of that change are going to be.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a one-line change, right?
Well, not just that, but like, as in like,
Let's play some golf.
most programmers don't, who are educated in the universities today, they don't understand the idea of ABI, Application Binary Interface, and the fact that where functions are located in offsets in the binaries that they compile and things like that. That's a very low-level set of knowledge that most people, even if they might be like surface-level aware of it, they certainly don't know how to do it in practice on their hands, right? And the only reason that I even know about these things is because I was trained as a systems developer. So, you know. And also too, I really like have a really very odd and niche set of interests and ideas when it comes to developing software. So really, probably I should have been an operating system developer or something. Probably what I would have been better suited for than what I do now. But alas, here we are, right? Nobody's ever actually always doing the things that they're super good at. I guess security people would also have kind of a similar knowledge set to me, right? Because they have to know these things in order to find security holes so that they can either notify companies and governments that they're vulnerable or hack the shit out of them and make millions of dollars.
It goes right.
See, I could have been a security guy. I should have been a security guy.
Oh, they have the ice cream pail size holes here, eh?
Yeah, they do. They do.
That's the special rule?
That's a special rule, which means the AI is going to score better than they normally do. So I'll have to keep that in mind.
Wow, I haven't seen that since the last game.
I think we've had a couple tournaments in this game with that rule on, but ooh, I barely made that green.
Yeah, but look at that.
Yeah, well, it's really easy to get inside the 3-foot circle, though, when this cup is so big.
Nice birdie.
This is just
But, yeah, I don't know. You know, most of the time, especially because they teach a lot of Python, and prior to teaching Python in universities, they taught Java. And they were trying to teach people things that got away from the ideas of memory management and other things like that. They didn't teach a lot of C anymore. They don't teach a lot of C++ anymore. Even the new niche languages that I kind of hate, like Rust, they don't teach those typically. They teach things where you don't have to think about the code that you're writing and how it's going to have an impact in memory, but there's this giant virtual machine running underneath in order to keep things running smoothly, right? So you're not writing the code, you're just telling the virtual machine to do things. And even then, you're probably not writing code anyways, because you probably look everything up on Stack Overflow and copy and paste it.
Nice shot.
Or you find something up on GitHub that already does what you want it to do, and again, you still don't write your own code.
Stop.
Which is why the whole world is held together with duct tape.
Now let's see.
Because the skills are being lost.
Yeah, and nobody actually writes their own shit anymore. And part of that is because they're also expected to have near instantaneous products and results all the time. And business people have a highly distorted idea of how long it actually takes to write a piece of software from scratch. To the point where there's no way, given the timelines that you were given, that you could ever write a piece of software from scratch. So you just don't bother, and you kind of just slap together some shit that will make the customer happy, and then, you know, you're like, wow, I hate my life, and I hate the job that I do, and then you kind of go and do something else for a while. That's what software development's like.
There's no art in it anymore. Hey?
No, or worse yet, you're actually somebody who enjoys doing that particular thing, and in which case I shake my fist at you.
Nice shot.
Roll!
You rolled on. Look at that. Wow.
Nice.
Chance for an eagle. A downhill shot.
I read it.
It's an eagle.
Not bad.
Things are going well with this big ice cream pail-sized cup.
Yeah.
Oh, this is that hole again. I hate this hole. You know that? I actually hate this hole.
Nice shot.
Attacking the hole, are we?
And then, oh man. Then there's the data mining, and the data collection, and the spying on you, and the fact that most programmers don't actually have a problem with that. Or worse yet, they think of the technology behind the thing without thinking whether or not that doing things in that particular regard is actually a good idea.
Just because you can does not mean
That's
you
right.
should.
Just because you can does not mean you should. Our entire world is shaped by that, by modern software development. You can see a lot of it with AI and other things like that, right? And I guess, you know, social media, anything with data collection in it, really, it's also like that. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, and no programmer ever stops to think whether or not they should. It does not exist.
Good shot.
Because people who are creative enough with ideas, to have the ideas, because some of these people, you know, they're pretty brilliant. People who come up with the ideas to make AI, for example, they're pretty brilliant people. You need to know a lot about algorithms and things like that, and data training sets, data mining, all kinds of things like that in order to make that kind of stuff work. But, nobody ever asks to think if they should, right? And then next thing you know, you've got a whole bunch of dumb people on the internet who think that your AI is an oracle that can tell them how to live their lives.
Nice shot.
When
I don't
really
know.
it's-
What I was thinking about more along the lines of is, ooh, that could all go on in. Is, do you think we'll ever have the smart computer out there that is self-aware?
No.
No?
No.
So, Hal's never going to try to kill us?
No, we'll definitely be tried to kill by computers, but they won't be self-aware. Not at least in any way anywhere near comparable to us. No, because even like quote unquote AI, it's not actually AI. It's a large language model neural network,
Yeah.
right? Which is really just a mathematical algorithm that happens to deal with string processing, text processing. And
all I know about it is my wife likes to listen to those audio books that are written by AI.
well, if you put garbage in,
and they're actually even read back by AI. Like the voices are.
yeah, they've got the AI voices and
have,
everything
you know,
too.
they have a somewhat more natural sounding voice now. Like but they still sometimes you get the tone wrong or the cadence of a sentence or something like that not quite
Well,
right.
It depends too on the whether they're using the free AI or the premium AI,
Yeah.
right? Or in addition to that, sometimes no matter how quote unquote like audibly good the AI sounds, right? Because I mean, like, it doesn't actually mean that the AI is more advanced. They could just be applying some other different audio type of thing to it. So, like, for example, we've had like audio speech and text-to-speech types of computer programs before, right? We've had that for a long time, right? Microsoft SAM is a really good example of that kind of thing. So if you guys ever want to look up that, everybody's probably aware of that. You might not be because you're from an older generation, but, you know. Oh, that was a bad shot. That was kind of hard in this stupid wind. But, you know, we've had a lot of these things for a long time. They're not necessarily new either, right?
So, if you hit a flyer, you're going to hit it right onto that mountain over there, hey?
Well, that's why I clubbed up a whole bunch so that I won't hit a flyer.
Oh.
Although I got almost no power out of that anyways. That was a terrible power percentage.
Okay, so we don't need to worry about, you know, like things like some of the movies that I see on Tubi and stuff where you,
Oh, off the back.
where you have the robot that, you know, you buy for your kid as a playmate kind of thing, and the thing develops intelligence and becomes overly protective and starts killing people and
Listen,
stuff like
all
that,
I'm going
right?
to say is think twice before buying your kid a machine as a playmate. Maybe consider taking them to the park and getting them a friend.
Yeah, actually that one, what the hell was that movie called? Megan. And it was actually a pretty good movie.
Yes, consider taking them to the park and getting them a friend, or being their friend if they don't have any friends.
Yeah. And this this woman was basically trying to make a the most lifelike possible toy doll
Yep.
kind of thing. It was like a large-ish sized doll, though, like 3 feet tall or something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was the size of a small child, right?
Well, it's not that far-fetched.
And it was supposed to be like a learning AI playmate for your child, right?
Well,
except that the thing paid attention to what was going on around it in the world.
Good shot.
And when the little girl that this thing would belong to was out in the park one day, and this other kid came up, and he was like one of those ones that's got a problem, like it starts off with doing mean things to animals, and eventually when he grows up he'll become a serial killer kind of thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, he starts bullying the little girl and scaring her and hurting her and stuff, and then suddenly this doll tells him that he better stop being rude, right?
Yep.
And the next thing you know, the cops are all over the park there because they found this kid dead, right?
Ha!
Good shot.
Well, hey, you know what? Like, we've already tried making some lifelike robots. There's always something like the latest robot they're making in Japan or whatever else they're doing.
I've seen some of those things on TV. They're kind of still pretty stiff looking, though.
And then even in, maybe, but like, even in like, more high-tech places, I've heard in places like, Estonia and California and places like that now, like, they actually have robots running around in their daily life doing various things. I have no idea what that would be like, because I live in, middle of nowhere Redneckville. But,
Well, and you don't happen to have a few $1 million to spend on something like that either.
Well, but even then, like, I know a guy from Virginia, and he has, like, a robot that cuts his grass now.
Wow.
Yeah, so,
That's the height of laziness.
Yeah,
Boy.
he went and got a robot to cut his grass. So, I mean, I'm not going to judge him for it. He's my buddy and all that, but you know what? I don't think I would pay for a robot to even... But then again, though, they've had those robot vacuums for a long time, too. So really, the robot to cut your grass is kind of an extension of the robot vacuum. So now instead of running over dog shit on your rug, it can run over dog shit on your front lawn.
Yeah, I thought the vacuums, though, they basically just had sensors so that they would be able to see the edges of the area that they're supposed to be vacuuming.
They work real good when they leave streaks of dog shit on your rug. Sure, that's exactly the intended design.
My solution is just don't vacuum. Ever.
Oh, we got way too much power off of that. That might be out of bounds. No, that's not out of bounds. It's fine.
Just overshot the green a little.
Yeah. But no, if you don't want to mow your grass, get a gravel front lawn, okay? Fill your lawn with washed rock and gravel and all sorts of things like that. Just don't have a lawn. And
yeah, then you just have to go over it once in a while, like once a year or something, with weed killer and spray weed killer to stop anything from growing from underneath the washed rock, right?
Exactly. And if you're worried about the fact that, most of these commercial weed killers cause cancer when you inhale it and all the lawsuits they had going after Roundup, well, wear a respirator.
Yeah. Not to worry, you'll be fine. Actually, one of my neighbors did that. He did his entire yard in nice washed rock. And I asked him why he did that, and he just shrugged and said, "I don't like grass."
Well, it is another chore, right?
Yeah.
And especially as you get older, you have to decide what kinds of things...
Well, except that we live in a condo complex, and part of your condo fees go toward paying a landscaping company to cut the grass, right?
Maybe he didn't like them going by his window and waking him up on the weekends or something.
Yeah, I don't know. They usually have one day a week, though, where they come, right? Like, they come every Tuesday or every Thursday or something, right?
Yeah.
It's not like they're here every day or anything.
Well, I don't know. People are gonna people, right?
As it is, for some reason, my biggest problem is that every year in the spring, all my grass is dead. And I don't know why.
Wrong kind of grass?
Maybe, yeah.
Nice shot.
But I can't convince my wife to try something different, so I just go out there and scratch it up with a rake, and then she throws some more grass seed on there, and And then usually by about the end of June, we got grass again. Wow, that's picking up speed.
I hope it keeps rolling. I wish it had kept rolling.
Wow, you're screwed now.
Yep, we're screwed now.
Don't know about this. Well now.
I kind of shanked it around the tree there.
Yeah.
Chance for a birdie.
Oh my
It's a
god, you can
downslope.
still get a birdie here? Or
It goes right.
yeah, okay. Good
I would have
thing-
missed it.
Good thing it was the ice cream
Nice
pail
bird.
size
That's right.
hole.
That's right. You notice I haven't got a chip in the ice cream pail-sized hole, though?
Yeah, how weird, eh?
Man. That's how these things go, man. That's just how they go.
You try to drive the green or what?
I can't. It's uphill by 8.3 yards.
Oh,
Right, maybe if I could get it to this hill, I could, like, roll it off of this hill and onto the front edge. I don't know. There's a trick here. Maybe if I got it onto the back edge of this hill and it picked up speed and rolled through the bunker. But I'd have to get it past that tree, too. So, you know, it's tricky. It's tricky.
oh well.
But not with this wind direction, anyways. I don't think that wind is the right direction for me to be able to do what I want to do.
Yeah, you need it almost directly from your back and to the left, right?
Yeah.
Great shot.
But it just made me wonder, about the AI thing, because I can remember reading a Space Odyssey a long time ago, and the AI running the spaceship, HAL, decides to try to kill the crew, right?
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? Microsoft had a LLM that they were demoing on a Twitter account a few years back when it was still Twitter, and people proceeded to. You remember how I told you garbage in, garbage out? Well, people proceeded to feed it garbage in, garbage out because it's the internet, and anybody can go on there and talk to this thing, and it became the biggest Nazi ever. Like the absolute biggest Nazi ever. So you know what? I think that the only reason that we don't see the current mainstream popular AIs all being Nazis is just because we censor the shit out of them,
Yeah.
right? But if we didn't censor the shit out of them, I'm pretty sure they'd all be Nazis too. That's going to be in the rough.
See, and then they also have the driverless cars now too, right?
Yeah, and they're always malfunctioning.
Yeah, they're crashing into things and stuff
Or,
like
or
that.
parking in really weird places. That's mainly the main way they fuck up, is parking in really weird places. Right? I can't remember. I think the last thing I heard about those was, it was in, I want to say it was in Alabama, or maybe it was in Texas. I can't remember now. But they all decided to go and park in the middle of this one suburban neighborhood. Right, and it's probably because something in their pathfinding screwed up, and they just all decided that that was where they needed to be.
It's a downslope.
But even like the self-driving cars too, like you should see some of the spectacular collisions that you see where it rams into the back of a car and then it starts accelerating. Right?
Yeah.
You see some of that footage coming out of China and stuff where they're trying to demo a lot of this technology first, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the place, though, where they have battery-run vehicles that spontaneously combust all the time.
Yeah,
too,
the little
right?
scooters.
And even cars. I remember seeing some footage of that kind of stuff, like a car sitting on the street, and all of a sudden it just erupts in fire, right?
Yeah.
And burns to the ground, and it or like you say, the scooter garages, because I guess that's a big thing, right? You have a underground parking facility where you can park your electric scooter.
That's right, because the government banned motorcycles,
And
I believe.
and so these things are all sitting in a row, and there's nobody around, and suddenly one of the scooters in the middle of the row just bursts into flames, right?
Yeah, I think there was a big pro-government push for like electric scooters and stuff too, so
Yeah.
it's not something that they can really go back on now.
Yeah, but that's the thing that makes me nervous about electric vehicles, period. I mean, maybe the building standards are better here in North America. Maybe they're not. But the idea of riding around in a vehicle that has, basically a bomb attached to it.
Well, we've even had
Then-
fires like that, like in weather events, like hurricanes and stuff on the southeast coast of the United States, right?
Yeah, well, what concerns me, though, is, people are still going to have collisions, right? They're going to crash into each other. They're going to crash into solid objects. They're going to do this at sometimes high speeds, too, right? And all it takes for one of those batteries to, spontaneously combust is to have one cell within that battery pack compromised.
Yep. And the thing is too is
Because-
even if it's not caused by physical damage, it can just be caused by heat by normal operation.
Yeah.
But then even then though too, like the main issue with those isn't even necessarily the combustion, because even if you have a reliable battery cell, you're still going to be buying a new one after like 5 or so years.
Yeah.
Or you're going to be enjoying like 1/3 or less of the range of your vehicle, especially if you drive it anywhere regularly. Like there's been stories where a taxi driver who cares about the environment goes and he buys a electric cab, and then within a year he has 1/5 of the range of his electric cab,
Yeah.
right? And they won't cover it because he drove it too much. So they won't even give him a nice free replacement because it's under warranty.
Yeah. No, what concerns me is especially in high-speed impacts. Like I can just imagine the kind of armored
Slopes left.
encasement they'd need for one of these batteries to protect it.
Oh, and they are definitely armored.
Yeah, because like I said, all it would take is to penetrate the wall of one cell inside that battery pack.
And then what ends up happening is the fire crew shows up and they cut into it with a saw in order to put the fire out. So they actually will cut into the battery with a saw in order to put the fire out. You see they flip the vehicle over and then they saw into the enclosed battery casing because they can't put it out any other way.
Yeah, basically they just make it burn faster.
Yeah. Well, I think they get into it with a saw and then they manage to put it out that way.
New item.
But yeah, like and then but for me too, like even having to pay half the price of the vehicle to replace your battery pack every 5 years, that's a shitty idea.
Yeah.
Especially because vehicles cost as much as houses did 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know about you, but I'll be buying a 20-year-old vehicle that runs on gas that costs about $2,500, and when that thing kicks the bucket, I'll buy another 20-year-old vehicle that runs on gas for about $2,500.
Yeah, but what's going to happen once all the 20-year-old vehicles that run on gas are all gone?
Hopefully I'll be dead by then.
Yeah. Well,
That's down the road's problem, okay? I'm not the one who voted the current governments in that want to push all this shit.
yeah.
I didn't say yes. And the people that did say yes, well, we just don't see eye to eye.
Yeah, well, the people that said yes just don't seem to realize either that these batteries are made out of horribly toxic metals and other components that have to be mined.
Yep.
And so you've basically got increased mining operations to extract these minerals from the ground.
Yeah. And then as much as
And
we
then-
try to push for, like, green power and everything, a lot of places in the world still operate on coal power anyways. And so then your electric vehicle is charged with coal-fired power plants.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but like I said,
Or natural gas, even.
just the operation, like, and then what are you going to do? I don't know if they have batteries that can run, like heavy earth moving equipment that you would need for an open pit mining operation, right?
I don't know if they'd be in
Like-
wide use, but they've tried making battery operated big vehicles of various sorts. Like I know there are battery operated buses, for example.
Yeah,
And
I know,
the
but-
city that we live in tried those
Yeah.
out, and I think we still even have a few, although they're not in wide use.
Yeah, but the difference though is that the battery powered bus is not doing the same kind of work
no,
that say a like 38-ton wheel loader is, right?
well then could you imagine the strain on the grid charging all that industrial machinery?
Yeah.
And then sometimes these industrial operations, especially mining in the far north, they're in places where you can't easily get electricity. So you just couldn't have an electric mining operation in those places. You would have to use gas. You would have no choice.
Well, yeah, this equipment runs on diesel fuel, right?
Yeah.
That's what excavation type equipment runs on. That's what the trucks run on that haul it, all the materials.
Oh, I caught the fucking tree.
Caught the tree. Well, at least you stayed in play anyway.
Yeah, I hit it hard enough that it didn't matter. Lucky me. I don't know why I'm even thinking about hacking that pin. That's just stupidity.
Yeah.
But I don't know. No, I'm not a fan of the whole electric vehicle thing.
I find it surprising that nobody ever talks about those kinds of problems, you know?
Well, honestly, actually, and you know what? I'm just going to come out and say it. I think that technology, AI, in spite of the fact that I work in technology, I think that technology, I think that AI, I think that electric vehicles, I think a lot of this stuff is very, very anti-working class, and I care about the working class because I came from a working class family. And I think that a lot of this stuff is basically built on the idea that you need to do something, feel like you're doing something good for the world and feel like you're morally superior to other people without actually doing anything that makes people's lives better. That's what I think it is. Right? The people who are big fans of these things, they don't actually want to improve the world or improve the lives of people or even get people to improve their lives so that they can be on par with them, right? Like bring people who are down up to them. They just want to basically eliminate all their opportunities, give them, say, UBI or something in order to keep them content so that they can continue to exist in like a vacuum and never be able to actually, say, work your way up and create an opportunity, like, say, become a business owner or become somebody who could make 6 figures a year or 7 figures a year, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you're ever going to end up like that. Like, I'm certainly probably not going to end up like that. Most people's lives probably aren't going to end up like that, no matter how hard we work. But if you're lucky, it can happen, right? If you're lucky. And I would rather have the chance to have that than give up everything that, for a measure of stability that, you can probably just have anyways by working a regular job and doing okay.
Yeah.
Although that's getting harder and harder these days too. I mean, have you seen the economy recently?
I don't know. I have to say that that's been something that I dealt with for most of my adult life too.
Yes.
So, right? It's been that way for a long time. It's just maybe gotten worse in the last couple of decades. I don't know. But I know that I actually had to change careers at one point.
Yep.
Before I was 30 years old, because the first career that I went into more or less became obsolete.
Yeah, ceased to exist.
And ceased to exist. And so when I went into my next career, well, basically I ended up doing construction work and mining and that kind of stuff, right?
Well, the resource industry is always in demand.
Well, that's why I went into it.
Not because you love turning a good big gear and digging a big hole?
I have to admit, though, that once I got into the mining business and once I got beyond, like the level of operator and that kind of thing, and I was actually able to make decisions within a limited scope and that kind of thing.
Yep.
And also, I was the technical guy. Like I helped with, pit surveying and plant setups and even a little bit of plant design and that kind of thing.
Yep.
Like I actually liked doing that kind of stuff. I liked being the technical support guy that managers would, go to and talk with before they made decisions.
Yeah.
Right? Like basically I worked for professional engineers for most of my career, and part of my job was to provide them with field measurements and data that they could use to make decisions.
Yep.
Right? And, you know, I actually kind of like that type of work.
Well, it's better to be doing
So-
something that is tangibly beneficial to other people, too, rather than doing something where nobody ever actually looks at the work that you do. I kind of have a job like that. Nobody cares what I do. And it's not as nice as it would sound.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Good shot.
I hit that bunker. Oh, no,
Nope,
I bounced
you
out.
made it over.
Oh, no, I'm going to roll off the
Now
back
you're
now.
going to roll off the back.
Because I got the extra roll from that hill. Damn it.
But I have to say, all in all, that I think that I had a better and more rewarding life for having worked the way that I did, rather than if I had have just been able to just sit at home and you know, live the bare minimum kind of thing without any having to put out any effort.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because at least it gave me something interesting to do to pass the time.
Yeah, you have a reason to wake up in the morning, right? It gives you a reason to get up in the morning. Even
Yeah.
if it's a reason that might make your chest tighten at times with all the stress.
Yeah.
But that being said, too, you have to think about it this
Well,
way.
it's like life, though, right? There's good. You have to take the good with the bad, right?
Well, and,
You know?
and think about it, too, right? Think about all the people who relied on you,
Yeah.
right? There's a significantly positive social impact as a result of the work that you did that you don't really think about in the day-to-day.
Nice shot.
Yeah, well, you know what? There is a certain amount of being able to take
Chance
pride
for
in
birdie.
yourself for a job well done, too, right?
Yep.
You know?
Hey, baby.
It's a birdie.
Now this is good.
But like I said, it also gave me something to do.
Yeah, that too,
You know,
of course.
I mean,
yeah.
now that I'm retired and I don't really have anything to do, I mean, you know, some days I get up and I wonder what I'm going to do today, right?
Yep.
Because I don't really have anything, you know, to do anymore. So, I mean, I have my hobbies and that kind of thing, but
Good shot.
I don't know if super backspin was the right decision there, but I went for it.
Wonderful.
looks like it was an okay decision.
Oh, look at that. The super backspin went sideways. It didn't go backwards, it went sideways.
Yeah.
I feel like my putting's getting better suddenly.
Hey, baby.
Not missing
birdie.
as many as I was at the start of this.
Maybe the ice cream pail size holes were needed just to boost your confidence a little.
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
You want to put it over there, pal?
Well, it's looking like it's going to be next episode before you get to challenge the next golfer, eh?
Yeah, probably. But
I
yeah,
think you still have a few tournaments to play yet.
Yep.
Nice shot.
Good luck. Don't get overexcited.
Don't like this shot. I just don't like this green. I hate this green because it's got this massive hill in the middle.
Well, maybe you'll be lucky and land in front of that hill and it'll keep you on.
Well, actually, the idea would be I hit the right side of the hill about, like,
Yeah.
and then I kind of roll over to the green over here, and I catch this hill and kind of roll in towards the middle.
Yeah, it's like there's a trough there, hey?
Yeah, basically. And if you actually land on the hill, either way, you're basically not going to make your next putt. You're basically screwed.
Great shot.
Oh, I hit
Well,
the
I
front
guess
edge.
you don't need to worry about that.
I didn't aim far enough to the left. Didn't aim far enough to the left.
Oh, well. It's another chip-in opportunity.
No, this is not a chip-in opportunity. This is a please let me save par opportunity with this hole. You don't mess around with this hole.
Ooh.
No, except, you know, maybe it is a chip-in opportunity. Wow.
Yeah, he just narrowly misses the chip in for eagle.
I don't know, man.
It's a birdie.
This is just the beginning.
Well, you won that tournament easily.
The best golf out of my career.
I'm impressed.
All right.
Choose whatever you like.
Have I chosen this yet or this yet?
Well, I don't know. I don't pay any attention.
I'm not really paying attention either. I think we got our last caddy now.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you just get your last caddy?
Might have got my last caddy. I think one of our viewers was saying that there is a somewhat lewd concept of a caddy animation that was on the disc.
I read that comment, yeah.
Yeah, but it was never actually
it
put
was
in the
never,
game.
It was never implemented because they figured that it would be a bad idea to show a guy patting a lady's backside or something, right?
Yeah. That was funny, though. That was a funny comment. So yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to practice way more if I want to like be able to try to play some of these later courses with Suzuki, because I scored even par today, and it was terrible. It wasn't that I had any bogeys or anything. I just two-putted every single green that I landed on, and it was oh man.
I mean, some of the greens on some of these courses are absolutely, you know, insane. So
Yeah. But I guess what do we got left to do for challenge mode?
I think you got 2 or 3 tournaments left yet.
Yeah, so I got 3 tournaments and in a versus mode, and I think that sounds like another episode for me.
Yeah, because all 3 of those tournaments are 18 holes too.
That's right. So, next time we will play our 3 tournaments and then attempt versus mode with Suzuki.
Against Anya.
But it's probably going to be versus mode with Dino after we fail with Suzuki. I don't know. I mean, I'll give it a try. I'll play with Suzuki a whole bunch off camera, and we'll see.
Okay.
So, until next time.
I'm Sandman99.
And I'm Rec5. Have a good one.